Hey Aquarius, welcome to your weekly pick a card reading. We're going to talk more about your monthly theme with the Three of Wands, which is watching for signs that you're on the right path, looking for confirmation, waiting for your ships to come in, and this weekly energy of Distant Thunder, which is the final card of this week. If you want to catch up with where these cards came from, the links to those are below, as well as how to get a personal reading. But we started off with reaching our destination, resting on our laurels a bit and integrating the information we received, and then using that to transform and prepare for the next part of the journey. And Distant Thunder, now we're looking ahead and getting clues as to where the next journey is, because it's time to rise up and get moving again, Aquarius. So I'm using the Science Tarot and the Journey Oracle. I have stack 1, 2, and 3. They're timestamped below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all those things, because I'm a new channel. I'm trying to grow, and I express myself way better in writing. So if you have questions and want to write to me in the comments, I will probably go on much more than I do. I talk fast and don't say a lot, but when I get to writing, we could go really far in depth and talk some more. I'd be happy to do that. And it's important to subscribe because this is an ongoing story that unfolds and you don't want to miss out every week. All right, Aquarius, stack 1, Ribosome, the Magician, Space, 9 of Wands, and the Puppet. So the Puppet is going to be talking about cord cutting from the past. Space in this deck, where it talks about nine of Wands, there's a sense of being on guard because of history. And in that kind of being tied to the past, there is a limitation put on what you can create that is new. And so there is an Alan Watts quote from, I can't remember the whole thing, but he's talking about, if you really think about it, existence is quite weird. How weird it is that we're living on this little ball of rock rotating around a hysterical fire. And if you think about it, it's weird as hell. Okay, that's my paraphrasing, but how just totally unique and one of your life is in the grand scheme of infinite time, before and after, in space, above, below, and to the right and to the left. Why would you give your power to anything and anyone but yourself? You have this chance, this once in an infinity chance, to create something all your own, to be in your power, to be a creator. And as long as you're like a puppet, like Pinocchio, on strings, tied to something that has happened to you, you're missing out on that chance. And so that is where your next journey leads you, on how to cut those cords. Actually, no, I'm going to reverse that. You're cutting those cords and you're cutting yourself free so that you can move forward on that creative journey and realize just what a unique chance it is, and that you have the opportunity that you have in front of you at this time, Aquarius. All right, stack 2, Nuclear Forces, Strength, Galileo Galilei, Visionary, which is the King of Wands, and the Ancestors. So your next journey, Aquarius, stack 2, in this sense, in this reading, the Ancestors are the Visionaries, the King of Wands. And with Strength, it's about learning how to overcome something. There's an instinctual side, an impulsive side, an animalistic side. It's a little like ADHD or some kind of impulse control, or a way that you lose energy, that as you're moving forward you lose steam out the sides or leak it in some way, that you have a trouble taking an idea and seeing it all the way through to the end. And so there's a call here to look to the people that have done it, particularly in your lineage, because some of these issues can be genetic, and how they have overcome. And look to the King of Wands in your life. And the King of Wands in your life is going to be someone like the Henry Rollins or the Maynard Keenan, someone that is not only full of ideas, but has actually done all of the things, and not just in one area, like he's a master at one thing, but of many different areas, and is driven and doesn't get distracted, never starts projects and actually finishes them. So find that person in your life and go on a journey of discovery with that person, because there is a call here that there's help for you and lessons to be learned in a way that you can overcome and that you can move forward in that energy. All right, Aquarius stack 3, you have Dmitry Mendeleev, innovator, Knight of Swords. Compassionate action, the Star. And home. So this is going to be your next journey, Aquarius. Does take you home. But it is not in the literal sense. This is going to be one of inquiry, one of research, one of information gathering. And the Star in this science deck, what I'm getting from all this is home is, they have a little house here in this card, but when I was a little girl, I had a photo of the planet Earth. It was like this bright blue ball against a black background, stark black background, no stars in the background or anything, and the word underneath it was home. And so in this sense, it is a return to connection with your home in the grander sense of the earth as your home, of the way that sometimes we live in these individual little houses and they give us a certain sense of home, but it cuts us off from the greater sense of home, that we only have one. Like you may have a house and you can move from one house to another or from one apartment to another, and in that sense you have many homes. And you may have chosen family where you have a friend whose house is like a second home and all those different things. But when it comes to the planet Earth and the family of humanity, you have one. And this is going to be calling you towards learning that and connecting with that and coming back to that and being received home, coming back home in that bigger sense, which I think is really cool and awesome, Aquarius. Please subscribe, because next month or next week, every week, we're going to continue this story. All right, thank you.